Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 8 Premium German Battleship Tirpitz. It has 8 main guns, 28 secondary guns, 72 AA guns, 8 torpedoes, a top speed of 30.5 knots, total hull 69,300. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main battery, increased main battery accuracy, reduced chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift, and target acquisition. For my commander, situation awareness, basic firing training, faster turret traverse, lower cooldown on damage control, superintendent, and advanced firing training. We are on the map Land of Fire, and I do not like going down the west on Land of Fire. I just see it as a waste of time. There's a lot of ships, normally battleships, normally cruisers, that bog themselves down in a long-range engagement while the destroyers, cruisers, everyone else is trying to play the map. So what I prefer to do is to control the eastern side of the map, usually where sea is. There's a lot of islands that you can use, no matter the class of ship, as protection. Specifically in rank play, at least for Season 2, there was capture points in the center and on the east. There was nothing on the west, so nobody ever went there, and whoever was able to better control the islands and make use of them usually was successful in winning the ranked battle. Now, the Tirpitz is one of my favorite ships. It is a battleship that is very tanky, probably the most tanky battleship in the game. It's very hard to citadel, no matter the angling. I wouldn't say it's easy to play, but it's very forgiving for someone to play. And it also has torpedoes, so you have an inherent advantage over enemy battleships, unless it's obviously an enemy Tirpitz. They can't deal with you in close range. Both your guns and the torpedo systems are just so difficult, and you don't want to put yourself in a position. I'm actually surprised with how many battleships allow Tirpitz to move into torpedo range. It seems like an obvious thing that you need to avoid, but game after game after game, I see them not treating it with the respect they need to. Sure, the Tirpitz could miss with the torpedo systems, but what if they don't? What if they land torpedoes on you and they kill you? These torpedoes are the same torpedoes that are loaded on the German cruisers. Same range. Everyone should just inherently know that a German cruiser or battleship that is within 6 kilometers has the potential to torpedo them. You just need to keep that in mind. So an enemy Farragut shows up, headed down the seaside, very overextended, and we're going to try and engage him. I call out that people need to concentrate, because that's what they need to do. Don't ignore them, don't allow them to stealth, just kill them outright. Yeah, they're a hard shot at long range, but you only need 1 or 2 rounds to make contact, and 1 round does make contact. Wow. For 2,300 points of damage, looks like he's going to actually burn down. He's already used his damage control, and just like that, that's what I'm talking about. They lose one of their 2 destroyers. That's a huge loss. That's a lot of intel. That's a lot of area denial. Firing all my guns, leading the target, a little bit of elevation. He's very far away, so it's probably not going to land. I checked the enemy destroyer. Never mind. We could totally take out the Cleveland at 17 kilometers in 1 salvo. Ugh, unreal. Not what I had in mind, of course. I expected maybe a shell making contact with the ship, doing 3K, but not 30K. And there's actually a lot of enemy battleships out in the open. This is what I was talking about. For some reason, the default strategy for large ships is to head out west. Probably because they're afraid of the island system, but you need to keep in mind the enemy composition. How many destroyers do they have? How realistic is it that they will be invisible and torpedoing me? We do around 9K to the enemy Fuso, and it's reasonable. The Tirpitz does have to deal with, I wouldn't say it's super inaccurate, but it is not accurate. It is not known for its accuracy. You might say, yeah, right, Notser, you just one-shot a Cleveland at 17 kilometers. Okay, that's an outlier. Okay, statistically, it's going to be harder to land shots with this ship at long range than the Amagi. I would much prefer to be close to my targets. The Tirpitz cannot be matched in its strength at close range. Apparently, there's never going to be a battleship that equips torpedoes like the Tirpitz. That's kind of its thing. And whenever you can, you want to get close to the enemy. Remember, you're more tanky than them. You work well close. It's the long-range shots that you are susceptible to. You kind of have that turtle shell protection. The deck armor is aligned very well with your top armor underneath. So plunging fire is way more effective against your ship than other battleships. Friendlies take out the aircraft carrier. He just chose poorly. I don't know why he went that way, but he ran into our entire team, and the entire team did a fantastic job of taking him out. Now there's only one left on the enemy team. Enemy Fuso showing a lot of his side. I'm also showing too much of my side, but I'm a little greedy right now. 9K, his guns were looking at us, so I did expect a shot, but it never came. And now there's an island blocking his shot. He cannot engage me. I'm going to try and head into the middle of the map. Why am I heading into the middle map? Well, I feel like there's a risk that we will lose the game from a western push. We have 2 battleships and a cruiser against what appears to be 6 ships. There's probably more. They're probably hidden. It's a little too risky to ignore the threat to our base. So I see an enemy Atlanta trying to rotate my guns. The Atlanta is just outside of his detection, so if he chooses not to fire, he will drop off. We fire at him. I mislead the target. I don't lead it as much as I should. We land 1 shell for very little damage, and we have our back guns ready. We fire, and he disappears. He has not fired for 10 to 15 seconds. We miss with our back guns. The enemy has a lot of fighters sitting in the middle of the map. That's interesting. I don't really mind if I'm spotted. In fact, I kind of like it, because the enemy is going to be distracted with me. Any damage I can absorb from one of their salvos is 1 less salvo on the friendly battleships and the cruiser trying to defend the base. It looks like we're going to lose a lot of people, though. Fuso just died. Colorado's barely alive. We get within the detection of the Atlanta, and it doesn't matter. We see you, buddy. We're going to try and kill him. It looks like the Amagi is headed straight for our base. So is the Kiev. I would really like to take out this Atlanta. This Atlanta is full broadside. We fire everything, but we don't lead the target enough. We miss. We only get 3,400 points of damage. We've got a lot of aircraft that we're trying to shoot down. And we're out in the open. Way overextended, which has to happen to give our team a chance to win. We are way away from defending our base. Cleveland takes out the destroyer. Cleveland's barely... No, Cleveland is not barely alive. Cleveland is destroyed. And we fire at the Atlanta, and we miss aim. Dang it. This North Carolina just doesn't understand. He is in deep trouble if he continues on his chosen course. You don't want to choose to be close to a Tirpitz. And by the way, there's a fog underscore cruiser underscore Atago, and there's a cruiser underscore Atago on the same team. Why? Why would you do that? We get a nice little dispersion. 2K, angled chip, AP not ideal. Probably not going to get another chance to engage him. Plus, this North Carolina is very close. Don't know why he didn't choose to fire on me right there. He used his gun cooldown on someone else. We send out our torpedoes because he's very close to us. We have all our guns ready to go, and we set up for a waterline shot. And we're able to do 24,000 points of damage. And at that point, I was like, he's not maneuvering. The torpedoes will end him. So we're going to set up on another target. And as the torpedoes destroy him, he does a ton of damage to me, unfortunately. I choose to pick on the Admiral Hipper. He's very low. No mercy. I would rather kill a target that is very low than work on a full health target. Pretty straightforward strategy right there. We are way too low for the amount of full health ships or nearly full health ships that are right in front of us. I'm very scared. Did a quick check. The Amagi is not looking at me. Thank you. This Mogami, however, is. We only have one fire, and I have to let it burn. I don't have access to damage control. It will be up soon, and I'm trying to rotate to escape. I could pause and allow my turrets to catch up, but it's more important that I get out of his gun range. Not everyone is 100% effective at medium to long range. This is Jurassic Park all over again. I'm mirror driving. I'm trying to avoid the shells like I'm a destroyer. It's kind of funny to see a battleship trying to wiggle his big old butt. And oh, avoid the shells. We're trying to rearm. 793. Trying to reload, trying to bring the guns right on target. He fires. Oh, are we gonna get it off? Get it off, get it off before it lands on us. We fire. Oh my, he missed. How did he miss? Waterline shot. Oh yeah, 20,000 points of damage. Confederate devastating strike, and the game ends with us living. 4 kills, 5 citadels, just awesome. Didn't see this game happening at all. I was just trying to give my team the best chance to win. 2,289 base XP, awesome. Around 150,000 points of damage. Yeah, that was an awesome game in the Tirpitz. I'm glad I was able to record it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.